Good Wednesday evening, Springfield. It is 7:30 p.m. on the dot, and you have now entered episode 344 of 413 Sports Talk. Good to see you. I hope everybody is doing well. This is episode 344 413 Sports Talk. Glad you're here. Today, we're going to just go over your scores from everything you love sports. The NFL's 32-32 continues. Today I'm doing the Detroit Lions. So if you're a Lions fan, pay attention to this episode. And other than that, pay attention to this episode because this is good sports coverage. And I always got your back. So, with that being said, let's begin. Hall of Fame center for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Detroit Pistons, Bob Lanier, dies at 73 years old. Don't know much about Bob. Heard my father talk about him a lot. I think he was back then in that day. And it sucks when anybody dies, so R.I.P. you, Bob. Heart goes out to your family and friends who are close to you as well. Angels rookie pitcher Reed Detmers throws a no-no against the Rays, and the Angels win that game 12-0. I honestly thought that the Angels were just Shohei Ohtani. That's it. I don't really think there was any other star power or talent, for that matter, on that team. But boy, was I wrong. John Morant has a bone bruise and unfortunately is not going to return for the remainder of the playoffs. But that's okay because honestly, Steph and them are going to end it all for Game 5. So those Browns will be out. And the Golden State will be moving on. They are who I think is going to be the 2022 NBA champion. Anyway, Josh Lambo, former Jacksonville Jaguars kicker, is suing the team for $3.5 million. Claims that head coach Urban Meyer created a hostile and unstable work environment during his short tenure as Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. I didn't know it was that deep. You saw the pictures of like there was a little finger action in the club. You know what I mean? Can't really do that and taking a separate team just to go finger some young chick. Like, dude, aren't you married? Something like that. Hey. From that perspective, is wrong. Apart from many other ones too, but I'm just gonna hit you with that. Anyway, LA Lakers owner Jeannie Buss has recently opened up about seeking advice from the likes of Phil Jackson, Magic Johnson, and LeBron James. The current Laker, current is the key word, current. About tough decisions that have to be made because that's what I have to do, quote unquote. She was also quoted saying that she's really not happy and not satisfied at all with the Lakers in 2021-2022 season. So tough decisions have to be made. Honestly, I really hope LeBron gets traded, something like that. I'm just ready to move on. Ready for it to be somebody else's team. Ready for this to be somebody else's league. All these new young cats that are stepping up the game. John Morant, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic. One of them. Young guys up. Let somebody else be the face of the league. Because honestly, it's just like, I don't know what's going on with you, LeBron. Anyway, there goes the news. Let's continue with that basketball rhythm. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. Last night, Phoenix beat Dallas. We beat the shit out of Dallas. Just like Chris Paul is going to do with them motherfuckers that touched his wife and his mom. 110-80. Dallas leads 3-2. So the Suns are going to need to come up with two more to finish this out, which I think they are capable of. Another thing I didn't see coming was Miami Heat's 120 points against Philly's 85. Miami leads that series 3-2. Looks as though they're going to move on, and the Heat are a lot better than I thought at first. And this is evident with these two wins. The last two wins really spoke to me. And I really underestimated the Miami Heat as a team this season. And that's it for the NBA. Damn, I really hope the Celtics lose still. Sorry, Boston fans. NHL playoffs now. Let's talk on the ice. Carolina beats my Boston Bruins 5-1 and take a commanding 3-2 series lead. Tampa Bay, who's been trading wins with Toronto, which has been a very great series. They take this one 4-3 and they lead the series by a game, 3-2. St. Louis clobbers Minnesota 5-2. I'm sorry. They take a 3-2 series lead, and the Kings beat the Oilers in overtime 5-4, and they lead that series 3-2 as well. I don't think Edmonton's done though. I still see something else coming from them tomorrow night. Anyway, catch us back later for more coverage for NBA NHL playoffs. Now let's talk baseball. Doubleheader. First, I got the Tigers over the Athletics 6-0. And the Athletics traded him back and beat him 4-1 in that second game. Dodgers over Pittsburgh 11-1. Milwaukee over Cincy 5-4. That's been a good series so far the last couple days. I like the way the Reds and Milwaukee have been trading those wins. Mets over the Nats 4-2. Yanks over Toronto 6-5. Boston over Atlanta 9-4. Yay! The Red Sox. Houston over Minnesota 5-0. Texas over Kansas City 6-4. The White Sox over the Guardians 4-1. The Angels beat Tampa Bay 12-0, as we talked about in the beginning. San Diego over Chicago 5-4. Chicago being the Cubs. Arizona Diamondbacks over the Miami Marlins 9-3. Seattle over Philly 5-4, and San Fran over Colorado 9-2. That's it for baseball. WNBA, we had two games last night. Washington over Las Vegas 89-76, and Indy over Minnesota 82-76. Indy has their first win of the season. Go Fever! NCAA softball for you. We have Coastal Carolina over the University of Louisiana at Monroe. I've been to that campus before. 5-0. And Texas A&M over South Carolina 5-3. Now on to NCAA baseball. We have two games, just like in softball. Tennessee over Belmont 6-5, and DBU over Oklahoma State 8-7. That is it for your professional and collegiate stuff. Let's talk Western Mass sports. We're going to go with baseball first. Wacona over Ludlow 10-0. Westfield Tech over Belchertown 8-7. Long Meadow over Comp 8-3. Mount Everett beats McCann Tech 10-5, as McCann Tech really hasn't found a rhythm of late. 2-2 of their last four. Turner's Falls over Mayhar 3-2. Minnetonka over Wachusett 7-3 in our East-West Massachusetts matchups. We love those. And finally, Hopkins over Greenfield 2-1. Volleyball, we got Westside over Belchertown 3-0, and Ludlow does the same to Minnetonka, which closes out the scores for volleyball. Lacrosse, Algonquin over Westfield 9-4 in another East-West mass battle. This time the sport was lacrosse. And finally, let's talk tennis. Central got beat by Agawam 3-2. Belchertown over Quabog 5-0. East-West Mass. Frontier over St. Mary's 3-2. Pioneer Valley Chinese Immersion Charter School over Westfield 5-0. Longmeadow over Amherst 4-1. East Longmeadow over Northampton by the same score. And Wachusett over Minnetonka 7-3. Another East-West Mass matchup. And that closes out tennis. Now on to track. Central over Holyoke 99-16. And Northampton over Agawam 83-62. And that is it for Western Mass Sports. Check back with us tomorrow morning in episode 345. And impeccable Western Mass Sports coverage. Not really like those guys in that building right there. Anyway, NFL 32-32. We are on the Detroit Lions. They're repeatedly a dumpster fire every fucking year. But I think Dan Campbell might have been the guy after all. And Detroit had an alright draft. I like Hutchinson. I like how they did the little pick swapping at the end with the Vikings. I think it was idiotic to take Jamison Williams as early as they did. Not wise to take a gamble on a wide receiver coming off an ACL injury. But I'm not a GM or an NFL scout, so maybe those guys see something in him and he can recover from that. But it is definitely not an easy feat. As we talk about, Aiden Hutchinson was taken 2nd overall in the 1st round. Edge rusher out of Michigan. He's going to play linebacker. He's going to play end on the left side, on the right side. Not sure if he has the play strength to play inside, but I think that's something that he can learn along as he gets the ropes. They traded picks 32 and 34. Picks 32, 34, and 66 to the Minnesota Vikings for picks 12 and 46 of round 1 and 2. So 12th overall, just like I was just bitching about, they took Jamison Williams, wideout out of Baylor. Trelon Burks probably should have went there. Should have went here with this pick, but Tennessee got him. I immediately traded AB's cousin. Weird. When Philly gave him a $100 million contract on the spot. Hey. So we got number 2, 46 overall in the 2nd round, Josh Paschal, edge rusher out of Kentucky. Not sure what the Lions' defensive line situation is looking like right now, or how good Josh Paschal is to begin with. But it looks as though the Lions are starting to stock up on that defensive line. They want to play that tough, break your nose, break your fingers in the trenches kind of football. And this is how you do it, by building the defense. Not sure what they have at running back. But hey, I actually kind of have a little faith in Detroit this year. 6-9, I think, this season. But that's something to build on. Moving on, with 3 in 3rd round, 97th overall, safety, like Illinois, they took Kirby Joseph. The only thing I dislike about him is he plays a little too stiff, because he's a guy that was asked to more so defend the run in college. That pass coverage stuff is going to be taught and something he's going to be asked to do at the NFL level, because this is a passing league, as you know. And I think Kirby Joseph he fits in good with what Campbell's doing over there. Not a day 1 starter, but definitely he's going to start on special teams right off the bat. Number 5, 5th round, 177th overall, James Mitchell, tight end, Virginia Tech. He just missed the top 10 tight ends list that I did for the draftees. James Mitchell is going to pair well with Hawkinson. And, every team is starting to switch to the 3 tight end. We'll use 2 of them in the receiving game. But that 3 tight end, extra guy on the line to block, pulling Shanahan type run game. So he'll fit well in that, because he's an excellent blocker. Another trade here, they sent picks 181 to the Eagles for picks 188 and 237. In doing so, they got Malcolm Rodriguez, a linebacker out of Oklahoma State. Another guy who was on my top 10 lists. I believe he's like number 8 or number 7. Didn't think he would fall that far, though. He's a lot to learn as far as what his technique is going to be. He doesn't really excel at one, but he's not somebody that's going to go to the USFL or one of those little under leagues. I think eventually there's a place for him in this league. I just don't know how long it's going to take for him to realize that. Round 6, number 217, James Houston, edge rusher out of Jackson State. I know nothing about him, but wow, Detroit piling up on the defensive guys here. And their final pick, 7th round, 237th overall, Chase Lucas, corner out of Arizona State. There were many talented defensive backs, both safety and corner, in this draft, and I'm not sure. Okay. It was Chase Lucas and Quentin Lake were my 2 guys, my guys. Guys I thought standed out in my video film highlight reel breakdowns. And guys who I think could really make an impact at the next level, given that they sit a little bit and learn. And Chase Lucas is no different to that sentiment, as Quentin Lake was my number 10 safety. This brings episode 344 to a close. I'm Rahim Escalay, coming to you from the beautiful downtown Springfield. I love you all, wishing you nothing but health, wealth, and success. See us on YouTube with those 49 subscribers. Thank you for your continued help, support, and interaction with the show. We'll see you tomorrow, like I said, with episode 345. It's going to be an early one. And have a good night. Get out, enjoy this beautiful weather with your family. And hug your loved ones, most definitely. See you tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy your night.